We're back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rob Black Show. How are you? Well, news that the what's his name? Duncan, he's not doing too good, they said. Just looking at an update. The Dunkster is not doing too good. But we knew that an hour ago. Sometimes they don't really update like they should be updating. It's just not it just wasn't an update that I would have updated a better story. Like I would have said, he's fucking real dead, like close to dead. I don't know. How are you guys? We're here at the big desk, and the other news that is kicking around, and because the way the news cycle, it's pretty crazy, because stories come up and stories get talked about for a certain amount of time, and then they just disappear for like ever. Every so they'll rear their heads around. Remember the Malaysian air flight? What is it, 370 or 380 or MH3, whatever? I don't remember the name, but it was, it was a round-the-clock news story for probably, 2 months. Literally, every single day, you heard something about the airplane that went down in the water, so they say, or it's sitting in an airplane hangar somewhere, or it's just kind of like an episode of Lost, where it's somewhere on an island in a jungle in the South Pacific, and you have Hurley, and you have Kate, and you have Sawyer, and you have the Dharma Initiative. Well, they're back searching for that damn plane. They started, I guess, over the weekend, and they're searching the ocean floor, trying to figure out where it is. And it got me thinking, what happened to the other Malaysian airplane that got shot out of the sky? We still don't even know what the hell happened. Remember that story? The Malaysian airplane that got shot out of the sky, and we still don't know who shot it out of the sky. That just kind of went away. Was it Russia? Was it fighters, separatists who were backed by Russia? Was it the Ukraine setting up Russia? Or was it aliens? That was a hot story for a couple weeks, and then it just ended. And it's like a book or a movie that leaves you kind of hanging, because it gave you a bunch of possibilities, but nobody has a concrete answer as to who shot the airplane down. They even have the truck carrying the missiles. They even have that truck and video footage of the truck driving away, and one of the missiles are gone. So you have 4 missiles, one of them are gone, so just 3 of them up there. And that truck, that tank, is on its way back into Russia, the Russian border there. So it's like, what happened? I remember they were not letting bodies be taken from there. What happened? Is the wreckage still? Again, it's bizarre how the media, and I always said I would never be one of those people that use the word media. The media controls this. It's this media. It's the I hate. But how else do you say news cycles, newspaper, media? I know it's horrible, but you got to say media. It's crazy how when it comes to the news and it comes to how the news cycles work. A story will only be a story until the next story comes along. And even if that story is important, if another story comes along that is a little bit more interesting, because remember, there's stories that come out every day that either bump a headline to the second page or doesn't get mentioned at all. And it's not because the story's not necessarily big enough, it's that the wow factor isn't big enough. Like, it's not exciting, it's not sexy. So the missing airplane in the water was sexy, it was exciting. You had intrigue, you had pictures of the pilots and flight simulators. I remember that. We don't even know what all of the stuff they took from the pilots' houses and whatever came of all that. Like, all these months later, they definitely have had enough time to go through that stuff. Do we know anything? It's like, just died. It was like, It's like somebody went to CNN and went to the other media outlets and said, hey, we got, and they went, it's old. Nobody cares. Americans don't care. It's lame. We want to talk about, Ebola. That's come on, move on. Let's go. So that gone. The Russians shooting the plane down, gone. Just gone. No one cares. We don't know who did it. We don't have a definitive answer of who is to blame. It's the old news. Yeah, we see pictures of the body parts in the field and the rebels with the guns taking watches off dead people's arms, but who cares? Move on. It's over now. Well, another story that got some press and nobody's talking about it, but it popped up a little today, and I was more shocked at, again, the amount of time this individual has gone missing. And when you hear about police and FBI and DEA and individuals like this and all of the super gadgets they have to track people down and find people and arrest people and all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. It amazed me that this individual, Eric Frein, those of you who are not familiar with the Eric Frein, what he is and what he was and blah, 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 was a survivalist. One of these right-wing Republican nuts. That's basically what he was. Let's put it this way. You're not called a survivalist and a military simulation participant, a guy who reenacts military simulations and goes out there with his friends and airsoft rifles and they pretend they're shooting at each other. These are not liberals, all right? These aren't Democrats. They're not out there with their soy lattes and putting them down and then running around shooting each other in the ass with BB guns. That's not a liberal. These are Republicans. These are right-wing Republican nut jobs. So Eric Frein, who is a military simulation buff slash survivalist, well, he don't like the government, of course, because we have a black president. They definitely don't like him. Black attorney general or resigning attorney general don't like him. You know, these types of people. They don't like the government. They don't like the government. They don't like the black government. Well, he ambushed some troopers out at it's called Blooming Grove, at the trooper barracks. This is in Pennsylvania, like a small town in Pennsylvania. And so this guy, Eric Frein, ambushed these troopers, killed one trooper, and wounded another, and then took off in the fields like he's Rambo. No bullshit. This is like something right out of a movie. And that movie is Rambo. A military simulation expert, a survivalist, basically shot a trooper, and all he wanted was something to eat. All I wanted was some food. It's like John Rambo. I just wanted to eat. They drew first blood, not me. And that's Eric Frein. They drew first blood. So Eric Frein is running around in the woods in Pennsylvania. And listen to this. This is what makes you wonder the competency of our, not just government, but even state officials. When people talk about the big brother mentality, well, they ain't that big brother like. This guy has been on the loose since September 12th. September 12th. We're on October 6th. I mean, 6 more days this guy has been living in the goddamn jungles of Pennsylvania for a month. I mean, literally, this kid is 6 days short of living in the jungle of Pennsylvania for a month. Not in a rainforest. He not even in Yellowstone National Park. In fucking Pennsylvania, okay? In like the backwoods of Pennsylvania and this Blooming Grove area, it ain't that big, okay? I don't know if there's a lot of mine shafts down there that he's living in, having torches made with old kerosene turpentine laying around. I don't know. He's got maybe a police scanner. He's talking to his military commander. I don't know what's going on, but this guy is 6 days short, and he's been living in Pennsylvania, and they have over 200 officers with the FBI, with the Justice Department, with the local police out in that Pennsylvania area. 200! That's like when President Obama sends advisors, okay? That's what he's sending. 200 when governments, like these small little shit governments out in the Middle East or out in Europe, these small, like Lithuania, that's how many people they send to help us in like a NATO confrontation. They're like, we're going to send 200. So basically we have the amount of what a small country in NATO sends to a fight. Okay? We have that in the area of Pennsylvania, and they can't find Eric Frein. It just shows you that this great governmental boogeyman really doesn't exist. Alright? There is no governmental boogeyman. There is no big brother. There is none of this. Because if there was, I repeat, if we lived in a society that was big brother, if we lived in a society where our phones are tapped, every movement was under a microscope, and Edward Snowden and his attaché case of secrets that show all these evil things that go. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. How is it bullshit? When they can't find Eric Frein, okay? When there's no little satellite in the sky that beams down this infrared eye on this region of jungle forest that Eric Frein is in, and it lights up his body temperature, and you see a little red orb running through the jungle like fucking Predator, okay? All this technology that everybody tells you we have, from the Alex Joneses to these other conspiracy yahoos. All of these conspiracy yahoos will tell you all this super secret equipment that we have, but yet Eric Frein, the Cold War European military simulation expert, has eluded over 200 federal officers for close to a month. That's got to tell you something, okay? It's got to tell you that our government and our state agencies don't really have all this super spy equipment that we're all led to believe they do. No different than Ebola basically getting through some Liberian checkpoint where all they go is, do you have Ebola? And they go, and while they're trying to answer it, the person that's asking them is going, no, you don't, right? All right, go on to America. And they go into a Texas hospital, and they're fucking shitting blood, throwing up. And they're like, wow, sir, can we have some medical history? Where are you from? And they go, I just came from Liberia. Liberia? Is that somewhere in Pittsburgh? No, Liberia, Africa. Right. Africa. Oh, with the lions and tiger. You know what? You must just have a cold. See you later. Here's some penicillin. That's the same group of highly skilled spy agencies that we have that lets Ebola come on to our hospitals and leave our hospitals. So this mass spying organization and all of our technology really doesn't exist. We're led to believe all of this because it makes other countries scared. It makes them fear us. But let's face it, when you have Eric Frein running around, and they're even finding like the kids writing letters, and they're like confession letters. He's like writing letters explaining to the police and authorities why he did what he did, his thoughts, his inner workings, his emotions. And then he's like leaving letters for them to find. So he's like folding them up, and he's like, okay, here's this rock. Well, wait a minute, here we go. I'm gonna put this, there you go. They'll find it. And then he leaves. And then a couple, 50, 60 guys come by, and they're like, what's this? And they open it up, and there's like 30 or 40 agents are huddled around the one agent. They're all sitting Indian fucking style on their legs, while the one agent's holding the letter up, reading it. like, well, everybody, Eric said, and they're like, yay! And that's the only way I can explain it. That Eric Frein's leaving letters for the police department, and they still can't find this guy. He's literally leaving letters, okay? Eric Rambo is leaving letters, and nobody can find where this guy is. So, it's amazing. It's an amazing story, but it's one that's pretty much dead. Nobody's really talking about it. I find this stuff out because I go to the news sources. But this isn't something that the world news is reporting. This isn't something that MSNBC, CNN, Fox, none of them are. If they talk about it, it's a blur. Bloop, just like bloop, just like that. Bloop. It's like a 1 minute blur. Okay, little bloop, just like that. Real quick, they go, Eric Frein, he's still running around. It's almost a month. Bloop, and then it's gone. Because it's not exciting. Plus, he only killed one trooper. Fuck, that's not exciting. One trooper. But it's not exciting. They need more action. They need more action. They need something more spectacular. Remember when the Boston bombers, those two kids, planted the bomb and at the marathon, and you seen the entire city of Boston, and they must have had 7,000 police officers and tanks combing the air. I gotta imagine that if they really wanted to catch this Eric Frein guy, they would have flooded this jungle that he's at, and they would have got him. But I don't think I think it's exciting for the other officers. They're like, it's like the most dangerous game. They're go at first. Maybe there's booby traps. They found a diaper. Guy shit himself. And they couldn't even prove if the shit in the diaper was from him. And now it's just like it's just not exciting for anybody. So nobody reports on it. But I report on it, and Eric Frein is still out there. So if any of you know the whereabouts of Eric Frein, call Crime Stoppers, call John Walsh, call somebody. Find a couple fucking Amish out there in Pennsylvania. They tell them, or maybe they could get the Amish to go and help look for this guy. Comb the woods, the Amish. Have all these Amish. Somebody find Eric Frein. So that's just something that I wanted to get out there. Plus the fact that the media is so quick to abandon news and go to a next story. So anyways, guys, it's the book that you've all been talking about that you all need to get, and it's called Drink the Kool-Aid, right here. This book you need to buy. You need to go to the robblackshow.com and click on the link for the damn book and buy it. It comes with the DVD right here. You can watch this DVD. You'll enjoy the DVD. It's a documentary about the court case and my life and battles with the government. This DVD has Larry Flint in it. It's got Bill Maher in it. It's got Senator Brownback, or I should say Governor Brownback, Senator Orrin Hatch. It's loaded. It's loaded. It's star-studded. So buy it. Drink the Kool-Aid. Buy it now. You will enjoy it, and you will laugh. You will cry. You will be outraged, and you will never put it down. So that's Drink the Kool-Aid. Well, we got a big show that is full of news. And I know when we come back from our commercial break, we will be joined by Katie Summers. And she was out this weekend. She was out in the boot and saw a movie. A hot movie. Hot! And she's going to tell us all about this epic film. And I'm excited to hear about what she thought about the movie and who's in the movie and all that good stuff. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by young and beautiful. Oh God, I know I'm stretching. It's rude to stretch on air. I know that, guys. I'm sorry, but I just had to get it out. And my little pooch was hanging out. Look at that little pooch. See it? See a little roll right there? Isn't that disgusting? That fucking roll of lard I have right here. It's like I got abs, so it goes abs, 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 and then this little roll of lard. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. If I had real money, I would have it sucked out. I would. I'd have it all fucking sucked out. Anyways, it's the Rob Black Show. We'll be right back after these messages.